Like damn, she in her mood. Like damn, she in her mood.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Jasmine, and I'm back with another video. In this video, I'll be showing you how I recreate these highlights on some bundles for a closure sew-in for my client. So we are starting off with 3 bundles of my classic body wave from my raw Vietnamese hair collection on theprettylounge.com. This is TPL extensions, and this is my raw Vietnamese hair. So this is our classic body wave. I'm gonna be honest, I do not remember the limbs, but I believe it was an 18-2022, if I'm not mistaken. And we did have a closure to match. So I am going to start out by opening these bundles. Y'all, this video is going to be a really good video because it's a 2-for-1. I'm basically giving you how I highlight these bundles and how I install for a closure sew-in. So stay tuned for this video because I'm really about to give you a lot of good sauce. Okay, so I start out with opening up these bundles. I'm going to go ahead and use some duckbill clips to hold the top of the track together. So I'm going to go ahead and just separate all of my bundles and do that. Here I am using Quick Blue with a 30 developer, I believe, and I'm just mixing up my solution. Then I'm going to go into each bundle and separate what I'm going to highlight. So I'm going to highlight some here, and of course I'm going to leave some of the hair the base color. We're going to go back in and highlight the base color later, but for now we're going to start off by separating for what we're going to use as our highlight. So I'm just going in and I'm weaving out the hair that I'm going to use for the highlights, and I am clipping that hair above that track just so I can separate the 2 portions. I went ahead and did this on all 3 bundles just to make this process more seamless when it comes to laying the bleach. I didn't want to have to keep stopping and going back to separate the next bundle, separate the next bundle, separate the next bundle. So I just went ahead and separated all 3 bundles like this before I even got started laying the color. And that was very helpful and beneficial to me because it's going to be a lot going on. It's going to seem like you got a lot going on, and you kind of do. You know what I'm saying? You kind of do. So go ahead and separate all of those hairs from the bundle just to make sure that you have the part separated that you want to highlight. After that, you're going to take some extra strips of foil. As you can see, I cut some extra strips of foil a second ago, and you're going to need them to be just as long as the track. And the reason why is because you're about to lay a foundation in between that hair that you want highlighted and the hair that you don't want highlighted, as you can see here. So I am using some of those duckbill clips, and I am holding them in place with the track so that I can go in and highlight the hair that I want to be highlighted. And I'm going to go ahead and do that on the other track as well, just so I can have a little seamless process of laying down this bleach. I could just keep going, keep going, keep going. Because one thing you don't want to do is keep stopping, especially while you have, your product all mixed up and ready to go. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be back in just a second to continue this tutorial because I'm super hype about it. If we want to see how to do some bomb highlights, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. Okay, so now I'm going in and I am doing the highlights on the closure. So as you've seen in the picture, the inspo picture, it had very good highlights in the front. Very good highlights. I meant like a money piece of highlight in the front of the hairline. So I'm creating that here on the closure by just doing one slab of blonde. And I am foiling that piece and that piece only, so that way it can get a little bit lighter than the rest of the highlights. And that part did get a lot lighter than the rest of the highlights because I actually enclosed it in the foil. I am now going in using that same weaving method that I used on the bundles, and I'm weaving the closure in sections to give the closure highlights to match the bundles. Honestly, between me and y'all, I hate doing it this way. I really do. I'd much rather have a wig or do the color on your head. I hate doing it separate from, in separate pieces. But I get it. It is what it is. It has to be done, especially if this is what the client requests. So we just gonna get in the kitchen. We just gonna get to it. So as you can see, this is the first layer of highlights. I went crazy with the highlights. As you can see, it's a lot of highlights going on. You got that original base color, and then you got this bronzy looking highlight coming in. As you can see on the closure, the front piece is a little bit lighter than the rest of the highlights, so that's good. It's adding some dimension to the hair. And now I'm gonna go ahead and let these bundles completely dry before I move on to the next part. Yes, there is a part 2 to this. You have to do both parts in order to get this dimensional highlight going on in your hair, okay? So we're gonna let those bundles completely dry before we move on. Moving on, later on that evening, once the bundles was dry, here I am laying them out on my other workspace, and I'm going to use a color to go in, and what's going to go in and lighten up the base of that hair, and then it's going to tone the color of the current highlights that I did. So to be honest with y'all, I do not know what color I used, but I must have used either a Matrix Ultra Lift color, or I used a Matrix 11A color, or a 9A, one of those two. It was probably a 9A color, and I used 2 boxes of that to get through these 3 bundles in the closure. So after I let those bundles dry from the initial highlights, I went in with a color after I let the bundles dry to lighten up the base of the bundles and also tone the highlights that I had just created in the hair. So now here I am in my appointment with my clients. I am just going to go ahead and braid her down and get her going for this closure install. If you have seen before, I've done 1,000 of these, and she's actually been in a video that's gone viral. So shout out to my girl Sewin. We do a lot of closure sew-ins. That's what she likes. So just stay tuned for the remainder of this video. I think this turned out beautifully. The reference of the inspo picture, I mean, honestly, I think I hit this thing spot on, and I want you to let me know in the comment section what you think. Do you think I hit the inspo picture spot on? Because I think I did. My client was very pleased. She wore this thing for months. Okay, she wore this thing for about 2 months. And yeah, I think I did a very good job on this. So get down in the comment section, let me know how you think I did. If you're not subscribed to this channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you can see what's popping at the Pretty Lounge every Sunday at noon. This is probably one of the first videos to be loaded in 2025. I'm back. I'm ready to get it popping here on the Pretty Lounge channel. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can see what's popping at the Pretty Lounge every Sunday at noon. If you like this video, if you only watched it for 10 seconds, give me a thumbs up. Let me know I did my thing. Okay? Yes, welcome to 2025. I'm so happy to be back on YouTube, and I'm happy to be back loading up videos. So let me know what y'all want to see down in the comment section, and thank you so much for viewing this, and I will catch you all next week. Peace. No.
up.